Hello and welcome. I would like to speak to you as your bishop, and especially in your capacity as parents who love your children very much and who are providing them a Catholic education in the Catholic school system of the Diocese of Fort Worth. I wanted to address very simply, for point of clarification and reminder of our responsibility to live the gospel as Catholics, that everything we receive and we have is a gift from God, and that we are stewards of those gifts. And most especially at this time, we are mindful of how blessed we are as citizens in the United States of America, as people who live here in the state of Texas, as people who have been given very much, people who have been asked to sacrifice much for the sake of our children, as well as for the common good of our society. As you know, in the news, we have recently heard of the crisis of many unaccompanied minors who are coming to the United States seeking refuge. While this is a distinct issue from immigration, it's not unrelated, for it involves the basic principle of all Catholic morality, and that is, each and every human person is made in the image and likeness of God. That you and I, and people who look like us and people who don't look like us, by the very fact that they're human beings, are made in the image and likeness of God and require a profound respect that includes reverence for God by how we treat our neighbor. We also are mindful that Jesus himself was a refugee as an infant with Mary and Joseph, who fled into Egypt away from violence and the threat of violence that was being perpetrated by Herod and the Roman authorities against young people, against infants. We're mindful of that. And it's in that spirit that we have a responsibility to welcome those, especially unaccompanied minors, who are most threatened by violence and have no other alternative in their own nation except to suffer violence at the hands of many drug gangs and those involved in human trafficking. It's our responsibility, first and foremost, to welcome them, to keep them safe, and then if it is right for them to return to their nation, that they do so in a safe way and into a safe place, which requires us to collaborate with the proper governments of their own nations to provide such a status and such a safe haven, which everybody is required to have simply on the basis that they're human beings, made in the image and likeness of God. We especially who live in Texas, who live on the border, have a responsibility to be good neighbors, to respect and promote the basic integrity of our borders, to be mindful of the integrity of other nations as well as that of our own. There is no common good or peace without good, solid, meaningful borders. And at the same time, to promote safe and just immigration that is collaborative with other nations for the sake of the common good, not only of the United States, not only of Texas, but also of the world as a whole. I thank you very much for your concern and for your openness in this area of our lives that all of us need to be mindful of, especially as we live our lives as Catholic disciples of Jesus Christ. Thank you.